You're watching BBC Breakfast. Time now is 14 minutes past 8. So, this Sunday will mark 5 years since the Manchester Arena terror attack, which killed 22 people, left many more with life-changing injuries.
Martin Hibbert and his daughter Eve were the closest people to the bomber to survive, and Martin was left paralysed.
We've been following his story as Martin prepares to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in a wheelchair, painted in the colours of his favourite team, Manchester United.
Now, John Maguire is with Martin at the home of Manchester United, Old Trafford, of course, this morning. John, tell us more.
Yeah, Naga, Charlie, everyone at home, morning to Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams. Look around you, 76,000 red seats, but we brought a very special red seat here today because the breakfast sofa is here to celebrate the plans, the ambitions, the drive of Martin Hibbert, who is going to make that attempt on Kilimanjaro. This a club he's supported since he was 7 years old, as you say, his chair, which he rode up Snowdon, wheeled, pushed, pulled up Snowdon, will again attempt that summit of Kilimanjaro, 20,000 feet, just under. So no mean feat, I should say. But if there's one guy who's got the determination to do it, he's sitting on this sofa. We'll talk to him in a minute. He loves this place. There's another place that's very close to his heart, Salford Royal Hospital, a hospital where he was taken to on the night of the bombing, the place where he says his life was saved. We've taken him back for a visit. 5 years ago, Martin Hibbert experienced the worst, followed by the best of humanity.
Great. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
You look fantastic.
Thank you. You do too, as always.
Hello.
Gemma, how are you doing? Yeah, really good, thank you.
You look fantastic.
Standing with his daughter Eve just metres from the suicide bomber at Manchester Arena, they both sustained horrific injuries, but both survived. Martin was brought here to Salford Royal Hospital.
Any recollection at all?
So you'll come up from the lifts at the end, so from A&E you'd have come up from the lifts at the end and you've been in one of the two pods.
He's meeting up with some of the staff who cared for him on the night and in the following weeks, when bonds for life were formed.
We don't get to see often some patients at the end of the journey. We follow them through, we follow them with aftercare and things, but actually them coming back and hearing how well they're doing and seeing everything he's doing in the news and that he's taking on new challenges, you know, it's lovely.
He was a good patient, but he's a pain in the bum some days. He wanted this, that and the other, expensive aftershaves. I said, where do you think you are? You didn't, oh, hospital, not the Laura. Anyway, oh, he was lovely. And then he got to know us, and then bit by bit, he started doing everything himself. He was a great patient.
There's great affection and admiration, not just for the NHS staff, but also in return for the patient and his latest endeavour to reach the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, almost 20,000 feet high.
Absolutely barking mad, no way. Yeah.
He'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. No doubts about it, but yeah.
Hi, Mr. Saxena.
Since the bombing, Martin's also stayed in touch with his neurosurgeon, Anka Saxena, who removed shrapnel from his body and spine.
Really good.
What is interesting is I went through your notes yesterday or last night, and we actually had a 45-minute conversation before your surgery.
Really?
Which you didn't remember.
Yeah.
So, because obviously you were under so much, heavy doses of pain-killing medication because of all the bolts and things.
And I know I was awake and talking and things, but obviously I don't remember that. For me, it was like 3 weeks later to be told, you know, you're alive, but you're paralysed. It's like, well, I'll take it, you know, and people can't get their head around it, but that, to me, I'm just so happy to be alive, and if this is it, then that's fine, I'll take it, you know, because there's 22 families that weren't so lucky. But again, if it wasn't for you and the team here, then I wouldn't even be sitting here. You know, so there is that as well, that, you know, this is always a very special place for me to come. I always feel, not at home, I suppose at home's the wrong word, but I feel that, you know, I know something serious happened here, and if it weren't for you and the team, that, you know, I probably wouldn't have survived.
During their conversation, Martin hears for the first time just how close he came to dying.
We looked at the injuries you had sustained all the way from top to bottom, and there was a reasonable chance that you might not make it, and especially given the injury to your neck and the blood vessels on your neck. But it was quite a horrible thing to see a patient who was communicating to us well enough to you know, talk to us sensibly and things like that. And still you're thinking, oh my God, when is he going to have a stroke? Is he going to have significant brain damage? And if that is the case, how will we deal with the other injuries? So thankfully, all the efforts of the intensive care, we managed to keep everything in place to make you well enough to have surgery.
So many lives were changed forever that night. Anchor tells Martin he tries to avoid the part of Manchester where the bombing took place.
For my professional career, that was the most difficult week. And it's, you know, we talk about this phenomenon of secondary victims. I try and avoid the ring road which passes through Victoria. If I can avoid it, I will.
Yeah, really? Wow.
So it's been 5 years, and I just don't want to see that place.
Yeah. I'm having a holiday coming straight here today.
He's also forged a friendship with Paul Harvey, the paramedic who realised Martin needed to be treated at a trauma unit.
Obviously we didn't know to what extent your injuries were and how specific they were, but my impression at that time, even the few minutes we'd spent with you, was he's seriously injured, he's very poorly. I think we should go to the nearest A&E, which was here, and it would have been a big difference in the time it took us to get here. And fortunately they agreed with that, and we brought you here, and the rest is pleasant history, shall we say.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul can't make the Kilimanjaro trip.
I can't be there, but that's my big sign of support.
A constant reminder of the friend who he calls an inspiration.
I mean, the fact that you decided to do it didn't surprise me at all, because even though I've only known you that short space of time before you made the decision, it just didn't surprise me. I'm surprised you know, if it had been a bit cheaper, you might have gone to Moon as well.
Well, you never know. You never know. Speak to Elon.
Yeah.
The following day, we catch up with Martin at home and his beloved dog, Alfie. Vets diagnosed him with separation anxiety when he lost a lot of weight, as his owner spent months away recovering. Now, they're inseparable. Since yesterday's visit to Salford Royal, Martin's had a chance to reflect.
Seeing Mr. Saxena, and like, it's the first time I've ever heard him say it, where he said, I was stood at the side of you, talking to you, thinking, in the back of my mind, thinking, this guy might not survive. And that's the first time I've ever heard him say that. So that kind of hit home, just how, I know it was serious, but to hear it from him, yeah, it kind of was a bit quiet for the rest of the day after that. Kind of just, and I was like thinking about it on the way home, and yeah, for somebody like him, if he was thinking that, you know, that's serious.
His wife Gabby prefers to stay away from the hospital. That's how she deals with the trauma of those days spent not knowing if her husband would live or die. But she too experienced incredible professionalism and compassion from the staff.
In the first few days, I had a panic attack, which I'd never ever had before. I didn't know how to deal with it, and it was that pure just emotion building up, and I just felt like I didn't know whether I wanted to be sick or run out of the door, and I just couldn't cope with it. And one of the nurses who was looking after you sat with me and just talked me through it, and was just like the calmest person ever, and knew exactly what was happening to me. I was panicking because it had never happened to me before, but then you feel bad because you think, you're spending your time helping me when it should be Martin that you're helping. Obviously she was as well, but yeah.
He's now just 2 weeks away from what could normally be the challenge of a lifetime, but Martin's already overcome much, much worse. Yeah. The kindness of so many strangers, the devotion of his family and friends, and Martin's indomitable spirit has brought him so far, but, he says, there's further to go. Welcome back to Old Trafford, the Red Sofa, and good morning to Martin. Good to see you back in your happy place. You love it here.
I do. It's home. It's my passion. I've been coming here since I was 7, so yeah. Even butterflies, even though there's not a match, I still had butterflies when I got up this morning, because I do just, like I said to you earlier, I turn into a 7-year-old when I come here. You know, every time, even though I'm like 40 odd now, I'm still like a little child when I come here. I love it, love it.
At the end of the film there, we saw those incredible pictures of you working your way up Snowdon. You're going to do the same again. Kilimanjaro, a much different prospect. Why? Why are you doing it?
I needed something impossible, something that when I told everybody that I was doing it, that everybody turned around and went, he's doing what? I needed to grab people's attention. You know, to raise £1 million is a hard thing to do. And I didn't want to do the usual marathons and things like that. I wanted to do something that really hadn't been done before, something that I'm risking my life, something that's impossible for able-bodied people. And initially I said base camp of Mount Everest. Right. And I've been told that that's virtually impossible, although I'm double checking that. So that might be my next project. And they came back and said Kilimanjaro is probably the second hardest. And I was like, right, let's do it. And then it's taken a couple of years and obviously risk assessments and various other things. But, you know, it's hard for able-bodied people, and, you know, most people fail. And I thought, perfect.
And you want to get that message out there?
Well, yeah, the awareness is just as important as well. So obviously the £1 million for the Spinal Injuries Association, a charity, as everybody knows, is very close to my heart. So the £1 million is to safeguard the charity and make sure that the services, the great services that we have for people with spinal cord injuries, we're allowed, you know, we're given the money to be able to, I suppose, expand that. Yes. and try and reach as many people as possible with spinal cord injuries. But what was important as well was I wanted people to come into my life. I wanted people to see what life was like with a spinal cord injury. And it's not really documented anywhere. Nobody really sees that. And I was conscious every time I'm on TV or every time I'm being interviewed, they see a fit, healthy person. What they didn't see was, you know, when I get rushed into hospital with a urinary tract infection that then turns into sepsis and I'm in hospital for 7 days, you know, they don't see the bad days where I'm having issues with my bowel or my bladder or skin issues. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted something where I got people's attention. And then when I got people's attention, I could say, right, this is what a spinal cord injury is. These are the hidden impacts of it. It's not just about not being able to walk. There's many other things that you just won't see looking at me as a healthy person.
Raising that awareness, isn't it? So you've got our attention, certainly. You've also got the attention of a few other people, Martin. I just want to try and play you a couple of messages here. See if you recognise a couple of these characters.
Hi, Martin. It's Peter Schmeichel here. I just want to wish you all the best on your attempt to get to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, and just to say, you know, it's amazing what you've achieved since the Manchester bombing, and also it's amazing that a Manchester United fan is doing such amazing things. Good luck, mate.
Good luck, Martin. We are right behind you. All the best for you.
Martin, thanks for your incredible support over the years. Now, on behalf of the team, I would like to wish you good luck in your inspirational challenge this summer. Everyone is right behind you. Good luck, mate.
Well, we had a few technical issues, but I think you appreciate, certainly Peter Schmeichel, a couple of the club legends there, wishing you all the very best, saying good luck in your attempt to get up Mount Kilimanjaro. What's it like to see some of those faces?
Oh, brilliant. Because I say it's, you know, I turn into a 7-year-old when I come here, and kind of seeing players and just being around here, I get butterflies. It's been my life for a long time. So it's, you know, I remember coming here for the first time and getting Gary Bailey's autograph, and, you know, it's the same now when I meet players and when I see players, I turn into a little child. You know.
Have you got Wes Brown's autograph?
I have, yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to get it again, maybe? Wes, good morning.
Absolutely
Good
fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, really good, mate.
Nice to meet you. Listen, you're doing a fantastic thing. On behalf of myself and everyone at Manchester United, we wish you all the best.
Oh,
I'd like to present you with a shirt signed by the first team.
Oh, brilliant.
That's okay?
Yeah, thank you.
But listen, you're doing, like I said, a great thing, and
thank you. That means a lot.
We hope it all goes well, and we're all wishing you the best.
Brilliant, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Anyway.
Cheers, buddy.
Good lad.
Wes, there are a couple of special details on there, aren't there? You've had it signed by the first team.
Yeah, it's pretty much everyone. Listen, we know that you're a supporter. You've been coming for many years, and we're all behind you on everything you're trying to do.
Brilliant, thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. Bit overwhelmed. But yeah,
I know you said you don't like surprises, but you can't really come on BBC Breakfast and do what you've done without us springing a few surprises on you. You know, Wes, what you guys do here, you know, you played, well, not here, but you played for the club 230 odd times, played for England more than 20 times, you know. You'll have seen the extremes that people can go to. You'll understand. You're a Manchester boy, aren't you? Yeah. You know the city so well. Thinking about what happened here 5 years ago, how people have dealt with it, how people like Martin have tried to turn it into a positive. What does that mean to you?
It's fantastic. I mean, everyone was affected by it. You know, my family was at the event as well, and on any given day it could have been a different story. And you know, what Martin's trying to do and what many people are trying to do and achieve is brilliant. They're trying to take a positive out of it and raise as much money as they can. And listen, I've never climbed in Kilimanjaro, so I wish you all the best, and I'm pretty sure you'll do it as well.
Brilliant. Cheers, buddy.
No problem.
And 2 weeks to go, Martin. 2 weeks today, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks today. So yeah, the nerves are kicking in now, which isn't a bad thing. It kind of makes you feel human. But yeah, it's a bit overwhelmed with today, just being here and obviously meeting Wes and stuff. But yeah, it's just you know, there's a job to do, and it's been 2 years of my life, and you know, I've been training for 6 months now. We've been doing altitude training, strength and conditioning, so I'm ready, mentally ready, physically ready, and yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Great to see you, Wes. Thank you so much, Martin. Congratulations. We'll see you again, I think, in 2 weeks just before you set off. He's got a busy couple of weeks ahead of him. But when you think about the man who was told he would never take a step, he's about to climb 20,000 feet and really tell his story, get his point across, raise that awareness of spinal injuries. He'll make a real difference to a lot of people's lives. Back to you.
John, thanks very much. I don't think Martin can hear me, John, but can you just pass on to me that we saw him quite recently, and I think his beard is growing substantially, clearly as an effort to be more of a mountaineer. I'm looking at the beard. I think it's got a lot bigger.
Yeah, Charlie's got beard envy. I think, but then again, Martin's got hair envy for you, Charlie, as we all do. So
this is my mountain
right
beard.
Back at you. Yeah, it's your mountaineering beard.
Very in keeping with the task ahead. It's a fantastic story, and pass on, as you Martin well knows, all our congratulations and our thoughts are with him. I have no doubt. Met Martin a few times.
Yeah, he's a lovely, lovely man. He's going to do more brilliant things.